Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is KJ speaking, and today I'm super excited to share with you guys some benign vocabulary for IELTS speaking and writing task 2. Today's topic is education and schooling. So now let's begin. 1. Higher education or top-tier education. Higher education or top-tier education means education at a college or university where subjects are studied at an advanced level. For example, perhaps higher education is the heaviest financial burden for most students. To schooling. Schooling means education at school. You might say formal schooling, informal schooling, and so on. For example, today more and more students devote a huge amount of time to formal schooling. Three, further education. Further education means education below the level of a university degree for people who left school. For example, to diminish joblessness, the government should encourage high school dropouts to involve more in further education. 4. Homeschooling. Homeschooling means the teaching of children at home, usually by parents. For example, in the United States, homeschooling is lawfully recognized by the Department of Education. Five, distant learning. Distant learning means away studying, especially for a degree, where study mostly at home, receiving and sending of work by post or over the internet. For example, through the advanced technology, in addition to conventional schooling, folks these days are able to offer distant learning. 6. Afterschool childcare. Afterschool childcare means special childcare after schooling. For example, these days parents spend large sums of money on after-school childcare. 7. Education center, educational institution, or educational establishment. All of these words mean a place where someone gets educated. For example, one possible way to attract more students is that the education center should be designed based on education-friendly concepts. Eight, Academician or Academic. Academician or Academic means a member of an academy. For example, with sufficient funds, Academician could extend their research immensely for the sake of public interest. 9. Expert or specialist. Expert or specialist means a person with a high level of knowledge or skill relating to a particular subject or activity. You might say top expert, leading expert, acknowledged expert, world expert, and so on. For example, Project is a top expert in cardiology. Ten, faculty. Faculty means a natural ability to hear, see, think, move, etc., or a special ability to do a particular thing. For example, principally the cat has special faculty in sight. 11. Faculty. Faculty means a group of department or member in a college that specialize in a particular subject or group of subjects. For example, there are more than 100 faculty members in this college. 12. Educationally or educationist. Educationally or educationist means a person who has a special knowledge of the principle and method of teaching. For example, Bulgarian and educationists should guide young learners while pass step by step patiently. Certain educator, lecturer, instructor, teacher, tutor, all of these words mean a person who teaches people. For example, my instructor often gives me a lot of pragmatic advice and guidance. Fourteen, pedagogical or pedagogic. Pedagogical or pedagogic is relating to the method and theory of teaching. You might say pedagogical method, pedagogical techniques, pedagogical knowledge, pedagogical pioneer, and so on. For example, homeschooling may be dismissed by some people as lacking pedagogical techniques. 15. Syllabus or program. Syllabus or program means the subject or book to be studied in a particular course, especially a course that leads to an exam. For example, I think this course syllabus is too demanding and overloading. Sixteen, curriculum. Curriculum means the subject studied in a school, college, etc. and what each subject include. You might say school curriculum. For example, in the cutting-edge era, it become more challenging for educationists to designate school curriculum reflecting to realistic demand. 17. Continuous assessment. Continuous assessment means the system in which the quality of students' work is judged by various pieces of work during a course and not by one final exam. For example, the continuous assessment is now gaining more popularity worldwide. 18. Teacher-centered learning or spoon-feeding approach. Teacher-centered learning or spoon-feeding approach means teacher always guides students what to do. For example, the teacher-centered learning has still remained widely existent in most of the third world. 19. Teacher-led lesson. Teacher-led lesson means traditional lesson with the teacher play an important role in delivering lesson to students while students do nothing except taking note. For example, as a negative consequence of teacher-led lesson, students may have trouble with creative skill. 20. Rote-learning. Rote-learning means learning something to be able to repeat it from memory rather than to understand it. For example, to me, rote-learning may be just a small factor of study success. 21. Autonomous learning. Autonomous learning means the fact that students are able to learn independently. For example, these days education systems in the Western country are directed toward autonomous learning. 22. Self-study. Self-study means a way of learning about a subject that involves studying alone at home rather than in a classroom with a teacher. You might say self-study material, self-study workbook, self-study program, and so on. For example, self-study has been more popular in the 21st century education. 23. Group work. Group work means a teaching method which students expect to work together into a small group. For example, group work play an important role in developing student interpersonal skills. Work under supervision or study under supervision. Work under supervision or study under supervision means under guidance of someone responsible. For example, generally graduate students work on their thesis or dissertation under the supervision of their individual advisor. Knowledgeable. Knowledgeable means knowing a lot. You might say knowledgeable about. For example, my professor is knowledgeable about the world history. Well-rounded. Well-rounded means involving or having experience in a wide range of ideas or activity. You might say well-rounded about. For example, the current issue publication is well-rounded and unbiased. Lateral thinking. Lateral thinking means a way of solving a problem by thinking about it in a different and original way, not using traditional or expected methods. For example, some pastimes such as reading fictional books or mind-boggling hobby help us advance our problem-solving skill, in-depth analysis, and lateral thinking. 28. Horizons. A person's horizons are the limit of their person's idea, knowledge, and experience. For example, through history classes, students are able to broaden their horizon regarding social evolution, culture, religion, human origin, war, etc. 29. Discriminate. Discriminate means to be able to see the differences between two things or people. You might say discriminate between sources. For example, despite bountiful online credible sources, there is an influx of unknown sources of information simultaneously, which may confuse the online user if they have no ability to discriminate between the sources. 30. Literacy rate. Literacy rate means the percentage of people who are able to read and write. You may say adult literacy rate. For example, over the last decades, I have observed several significant enhancements in the public education, especially in the adult literacy rate. 31. Achiever. Achiever means a person who achieves something. You might say high achiever or low achiever. For example, personally, the study material may be too challenging for some low achiever. 32. Academic achievement. Academic achievement is how student performance is measured through exam or competition. For example, children's academic achievement become a top priority for most Asian parents. Well, now it's come to the end of this vocabulary sections. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to practice all of this vocabulary in both your writing and speaking. Okay, see you later.